Alright, so hello, you guys. Noel has no idea that I'm doing this, but I wanted to make Noel a painting for Christmas because I was thinking, what am I gonna get him for Christmas? I don't know what to buy him. And I thought, well, instead of buying him something, I can make him something. And it's just one of those hobbies of mine. I never took a painting class. I'm not a painter, I just do it for fun. So I went to Michael's and I bought an oil paint set. And I'm gonna go ahead and try and paint a snowy landscape. And I'm gonna show you guys the entire process. So I'll drag you through it from where I'm gonna paint, like my little setting near the Christmas tree, because I'm gonna paint near the Christmas tree that I got with Noel. Remember, I went to a Christmas tree farm. Noel took me. I got to cut down my own tree. It was awesome. So I'm gonna be painting next to that tree. And I'm going to show you guys like the process of it too a little bit. I don't have a lot of professional filming equipment. Noel is the one who has that. So this is all going to be taken with my phone. But yeah, I thought it's the season of giving, so I'm going to go ahead and make him a painting. I don't know about you guys, but I love giving people presents for Christmas. I love giving people presents in general. I love the surprise that's in their face and like the joy. It's contagious, so it makes me really happy. And we're gonna go ahead and just get through it. Okay, so these are some of the painting things that I got. I got some canvases. They're not too big. They're 9 by 12, and I'm doing oil paint, so I got this brush cleaner because if anybody does painting, you know that sometimes water is not enough to get certain paints out, and oil is a really strong but brilliant paint. So I got a set with a lot of different colors. They're all up here. But then I also got just an all white one for blending because it's going to be a snowy landscape. So this is zinc white, therefore it's mixing white. There's another one called titanium, which is just, you can still mix it, but apparently they're different whites. And because we're gonna do snow, we're gonna need a lot of white and very little of other colors. And I already have my own brushes because I do paint as a hobby, but I got a couple of new brushes from Michael's as well. These ones are really good for blending, and when you do oil, it takes days to dry. Like, it takes so long. So you can definitely blend for so long, and that's what gives it such a nice background when it, settles. So these are the equipment. Alright, so the first step to painting is to change your clothes and wear stuff that you don't care about because it will get everywhere. And I have everything set up here, so let me show you. So I have my canvas ready, all my oil paints, and my white one, my brush cleaner. I still need to get a glass of water, and my laptop because I'm going to refer to something. And I have my paint brushes all aligned out, including my blending ones, my little palette. I have my lo-fi Christmas music right over here, and my Christmas tree. And I'm gonna go ahead and get started now. Alrighty, so on my mixing palette, I have the following colors. I have white, I have lemon yellow, yellow ochre, cerulean, I don't think I said that right, blue, and cobalt blue. And when I mix the yellows and the white, I'm going to get a more sunny tone, and the sun will be up here. And when I mix the blues and the white, I'm going to get a more snowy tone, which will be down here on the ground. So I'm just going to start with my shades and with my background before I put any texture into it or dimension. White out, which is again different than the zinc white apparently. Okay, I think this is like a more pure white that doesn't mix or get messed up as easily. I have it here, and what I was researching and finding out, because I would always do summer landscapes and not snowy, To make snow, I can get my fan paint brush, dip it in this titanium white, and then just dab it along, and it'll come about to make that snowy texture and give it some dimension. So I'm gonna go ahead and give that a try. All right, so let's see. Oh my goodness, don't go clumping up on me. Don't be rude. No rudeness here, please and thank you. You see how that just gets messed up? Okay, so I have that. It's definitely not even. I don't think, okay, see, that's better. And then, let's see, like these kind of zigzaggy motions just to start, and doing them over and over and over again, and then connecting them. And they're not supposed to be perfectly straight, because this is how you can make hills. So like this right here, this could be a hill, right? And then maybe I could make another hill over here and have it more flat in the middle, or maybe this could be the only hill. We're gonna see how this goes. When I paint, I really finesse. I kind of don't over plan, which I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. But I'm also not a professional painter, okay? So disclaimer, I've never taken a painting class. I learned how to paint on my own. And when I was in college and I couldn't afford painting supplies, I would actually just use freaking, like, you see how this says Sephora? I would use makeup brushes to do blending. And it worked. Now, as you guys can see, I'm using the side to just very lightly blend in what I've made as my little, like, dabs of snow. And that'll give it a soft look. And then as I add all the other layers of snow and trees, this will start to really come together, hopefully. I actually don't feel too comfortable with winter paintings, because I used to do landscape that was summery, and I used to do African art, which is beautiful. So snow and clouds are definitely my insecurity in terms of like painting, but we'll get there. So now I'm gonna take my smaller brushes and I'm gonna start painting a few trees with, this is, where is it? Burnt umber. So this brown is burnt umber, and I'm just gonna do evergreens. I'm gonna do the layouts of the trees. From when I draw the trees, I can then reinforce the land around them and really get into the snow and get into the shading and do more layers of white mixed in with other colors. Like I can mix white and red, or white and this type of yellow, ochre yellow, which is a brownish yellow. And we're gonna play around with that. But again, first I'm just gonna do some trees. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do 2 here, and maybe 1 here or 3 here. I'm gonna go with evergreens, and I'm gonna do them of different sizes so that it looks like there's different distances. So some will look far away and some will look close up. So this tree will be more in your face. I'm gonna do a tiny one in the background here. So that one will be small, and it'll end right there at the top of my hill, right? And this one will be more in your face. And then I'm gonna do 2 over here. I'm really indecisive. So here, I'm gonna start here. And you can see I just do a kind of wobbling motion, right? I can like thicken out the trunks later. This one will go further down, as opposed to that one. This one's going through the hill, like it's before the hill. I don't know if this makes any sense to you guys. I pray it does. I don't know if I should ever do tutorial videos, but you know, a girl can try. Okay, I'm gonna make this still more here. And now I can just play around with the brown and make those tree stumps thicker and start to make the texture of the evergreen, which I will show. Okay, so for the leaves, there's gonna be a lot of layers before I put the snow on the trees. And here I had the burnt umber brown. I added to it the sap green, so we're gonna get a brownish green here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm using this more, here, let me like thin it out. If you can tell, the tip of this is more square. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use the sides to create the leaves, and I'm gonna start really thin on the top, make my way to the bottom. The leaves don't have to be perfect because they're mostly gonna be covered in snow, but I'm still gonna give them a greenish hue. Just really light strokes, you know? And a nice thin top. And you want it to be really, really light. So as you can see, I even took it from here to here because I don't want it to be too thick. And see how that's just so thick in the paint? And then you gotta kind of wisp it out, right? So I want it to be really, how do you say that word? Sparse? Sparse? And it's just a little process. So I'm gonna go ahead and get lost in the music because I'm listening to Christmas lo-fi music, and I will tune back in with you guys. Oh, I just realized that dabbing is a lot easier, but hey. Alright, so it's gonna be a little process here. Excuse me while I go do this. So some of these trees I did midway, but this one goes all the way down. This one goes all the way down. I'm not a fan of this tree. I don't think it looks good, but we'll play around until it does. And it's all about layering. So this is just the outline. Now on top of all these leaves, I'm gonna start putting snow, and it's just gonna fill in all these white spaces, or most of them, and give the trees a lot more dimension. To add snow to these treetops, I'm gonna go ahead and use my fan brush again, which I keep cleaning every 5 minutes. And I'm gonna use titanium white, and I'm just gonna dab it on top of the leaves. I really don't like that tree. This is real life though. When you're painting, I feel like YouTube videos make it look so easy. I'm pissed at that tree for some reason. Okay, so this is for you guys to see the difference. Do you guys see how when I added white here, it created some dimension to this tree versus that tree has no white, likewise here versus there. Now, the thing about oil is it takes forever to dry, and I try my best to dab white, but the white does turn green. It keeps getting contaminated. So I can't have any pure white on the trees right now, and eventually I actually want to add a layer of snow that's a bluish white snow to give them a more frosty look. So I'm actually going to have to wait at least 24 hours for this to dry. I'm going to do those trees. And then wait 24 hours for it to dry, come back to it, because like I said, oil takes forever. And then I'll do the next layers, and I'll probably add more dimensions onto the land too. Can you guys see how my hands are just all covered in paint? Okay, so I'm exhausted, and I'm gonna wait for that to dry before I go back and paint some more on it. So I'm gonna film the rest of this on another day. Talk to you guys soon. Hi you guys, so it's been a few days now, and I'm kind of losing my voice, I don't know why. And I'm gonna go ahead and finish the painting. So far, this is what I have. It's okay. I don't like that tree in the corner again, but I had to wait for everything to dry. So I'm gonna go in with this brush, and it is not supposed to be so hard, it's supposed to be softer, but I did use the brush cleaner. Oil painting is tricky when it comes to cleaning your brushes, but anyways, I'm gonna go in and do some more shading for the snow. Gonna get into different colors of gray, layer in all the different shades just to make it a little bit more alive, and I'm gonna tap on the trees again with some more snow, and hoping that it comes out nice. I'm also, where the tree trunk meets the ground is really where I'm gonna do the gray patches of snow, just to kind of, you know, make it look like the trees are hitting on the ground, you know, and give it more texture. So hopefully that makes sense, and I will show you guys the final product. Okay? Watch how this comes out. You see how, like, you just have to dab with white and it just comes to life? So let's do the other tree. I'm just dipping my paintbrush real quick so I can get those tips filled. So let's do some snow here, right? And then let's hat on the way down. Like, now it looks like a snowy tree. And we just add layers of snow. And you see how I added some gray and that just brought a lot of dimension in there? So I would add it in and I'd blend it out with this brush. I would just go to the edges and just blend out in this motion. See? So I'm gonna go ahead and throw white again. And we're just gonna create different layers of snow on the trees and on the ground, and then that should pretty much be good because I'm not good at painting clouds and I don't want to wreck this. So look at that. It actually looks kind of like snow. I've never painted a snowy landscape. This is my first time. Noel, I hope you like it. You better not expect a Picasso out of me. But look. Snow and trees!